One of the biggest mental barriers when it comes to deciding whether or not you can homeschool is trying to figure out whether or not you can afford it. There are two factors at play here: the cost of curriculum and the cost of potentially losing an income. I want to address both those concerns in this video. When I was first starting out homeschooling, I was a single mom and I was the sole provider of my kids. And so finances were a major factor in my decision to be able to homeschool. I have since graduated my oldest child. We started homeschooling over 10 years ago. I am getting ready to start the process of homeschooling again with my now toddler. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to really start this channel, is because I feel much more prepared and relaxed now going into homeschooling, having gone through the entire process and being able to successfully graduate a now adult. I had a lot of fears initially going into homeschooling. I just want to share my experiences with those of you who are maybe new to homeschooling and have the same fears that I did. So the first concern is the cost of curriculum. You can really spend as much or as little on curriculum as you want to. You could theoretically homeschool for completely free by going to the library, finding online resources, and finding some free co ops in your area. A lot of co ops are parent taught, so you could spend your time teaching at the co op while your kid got to have a lot of different teachers with a variety of skills. So, like if you were not good at math, you could find a math teacher in that co op, or science, or language, or just whatever it was that you maybe didn't feel comfortable teaching, or you just wanted to outsource. Co ops are a really great resource. Libraries are a great resource. A lot of libraries have a lot of homeschool programs for free and a lot of resources available. You can find online resources, YouTube videos. There are so many free online resources. So even if you don't have any money to spend, you can 100% homeschool your kids for free, especially when they are younger and just beginning to experience the world. Library, museums, free community events, parks are all really great resources for kids to experience. But then there are also a lot of really low cost curriculums that you could purchase if you did want to spend a little bit more money on a curriculum. You can piece together curriculums for free all the way through high school, but curriculums can be pretty convenient. So maybe you want to spend a little bit of money on that convenience to already have something put together. One of our favorite curriculums was Build Your Library, and it is a very affordable curriculum that is just a PDF. It's about, I think it's $50 a year, and you get a whole year of curriculum as a PDF download, and you can just go to the library and check out books for that curriculum. And that was like a complete curriculum. The only thing you might need to add is math. You can either buy something like teaching textbooks online, or go to like a used bookstore and buy a math curriculum. Go online on Facebook Marketplace and see if somebody local to you is selling homeschool curriculum at a discounted price. Or you could do some free online resources, like Khan Academy has a free online math resource. But you can definitely find really low cost, two free curriculums, and be able to teach your kids everything that they need to know. And if there isn't a free co op in your area, or a really low cost co op, you can start one. I am sure that there are other parents in your area that would be very excited to have that option available to them. When you're thinking about the cost of curriculum, it's also really important to factor in the cost of even going to public school, because while public school is technically free, there are expenses involved. You're still paying for things like field trips, packing lunches for your kids, or buying lunches at school that probably cost a little bit more than if you were at home just eating together as a family. Gas to and from school, clothing that is necessary for school. When you homeschool, you can wear pajamas, or, the same thing every few days. You don't have to have a whole wardrobe to homeschool. There are in-school activities that cost money, like dress-up days. There are holidays where you have to buy gifts for classmates or teachers, and all of those like socially expected things that come with being involved in a public school, those all cost money. It's definitely not free to go to public school. And if you regularly spent a couple $100s a year on those activities, a couple $100s a year going towards a curriculum and activities can actually get you really far when you're homeschooling. You also have to think about the time that you're spending getting to and from public school or public school activities, homework. Like, how valuable is that time to you? Because time is so valuable. So the other thing is a potential loss of an income. This is especially true today because most households are two income earning households. Both parents have to be bringing home an income in order to just make ends meet. But if you have younger children that are in daycare, definitely factor in the cost of daycare. Daycare in America is so expensive, especially right now. The average cost of daycare per child per year in the United States is $19,000. That has gone up over 30% in the last 5 years. Also factor in the cost of after-school programs or summer programs for school-aged kids. When you work, you generally don't get the summers off unless maybe you're a teacher or something like that. And you are going to have to find childcare for your kids outside of those school hours, where if you were staying home, you wouldn't have those expenses. When you are working, you have additional expenses like gas to get to and from work. You have clothing expenses, lunch expenses, and other work-related expenses that are adding to the cost of your income. Make sure that you're deducting that from your actual income that you're earning. If you really want to homeschool and money is an issue, look at your budget and see what expenses you can cut down. A lot of people are spending money on unnecessary things, things that they think are necessary but aren't necessarily necessary. And just kind of try and play around with your budget. If you are working a lot and you guys are eating out a lot or buying a lot of processed or prepared meals to save time, like how much money could you save if you were cooking meals and had more time to cook, go to the grocery store, meal plan? Like that will save you a lot of money. And then if you absolutely need an income, like I was a single parent, I had to have an income in order to provide for my family. There are a lot of other options to make an income without having to work a full-time job. You can work part-time. You and your partner could like alternate shifts. So one of you was at home while the other one was working. There are a lot of opportunities to make money online, work from home jobs. You can start your own business. You could do stuff like gig work or pet sitting or childcare in your home. You could offer homeschool classes to other parents. If you are still needing or just wanting to still pursue your career, you can still homeschool. Childcare is really the main issue when it comes to homeschooling. It's not really time. Homeschooling can be done in a very short period of time. Younger kids don't really require that much time to homeschool. And then as they get older, they can be a little bit more independent in some of their schoolwork. So it's really more of a childcare issue than a finding time to homeschool. You can still have a career and homeschool your kids. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. It really just depends on the individual family. Also factor in the amount of sick days that you are going to have to miss from work. Not only are you missing work and an income, but it also is added stress to your life. Kids who go to daycare and go to school get sick all the time. They bring those sicknesses home to you. And so it's just something else that you have to deal with while working. So if you're a current homeschool parent, let us know in the comments down below how you were able to make it financially work for your family. And if you are here watching this video because you are thinking about homeschooling or you're new to homeschooling, let me know what your struggles are and I can maybe address those in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos.